And welcome back to the mixed Dutch Masters mixed doubles here at Curling Van Zoetermeer in the Netherlands. World Curling Tour event. And we're down to the final 6 teams here. Quarterfinals. Nice, the final 6 teams. Quarterfinal action here. We have a feature game this evening. Team Norway, Skaslien and Nedregotten against Team Hungary, Szekeres and Nagy. Both of these teams, a lot of experience, a lot of time on the ice, played lots of events. Norway will be representing their country at the Olympics, so a team that is qualified. George and Ildi have not been to the Worlds in the last couple of years. That's been represented by Zolt and Kiss, but will be attending the Worlds this year. They have qualified out of Hungary. In the other quarterfinal, we have Russia 1 versus Switzerland, Sven Michel and Michel Yegi. And games have started. Each team has had a 5-minute practice to get used to the ice, and team draw shots have been delivered. And Team Norway has earned the hammer to start the game. And our broadcast this evening, we're going to be joined here by Brendan Botcher from Canada. Welcome, Brendan.
Hi, thank you.
Looking forward to a great game here, to have some good discussions and get insight into the game of mixed doubles. First stones delivered. In mixed doubles play, teams can choose which of the 2 players will deliver the stone, first and 5th stone, and the second player delivers the 3 stones in the middle. That can change from end to end. You cannot change your lineup choice during an end. In this case, both of the girls are going to deliver the team's first stones, and the boys will do the 3 stones in the middle. Also with mixed doubles, there are only 5 stones delivered. 2 stationary stones start the end. The team with the hammer stone goes in the back of the forefoot, and the team without last stone advantage stone goes in the guard position at the front. And takeout cannot be played until the 5th stone is delivered, so not only free guard zone like you would know from regular curling with men's and women's or mixed 4-man teams. So it creates a little bit different tactic, a little more excitement in the game. Stones in play. George Nagy from Hungary is a mixed doubles silver medalist, world silver medalist from 2009. I believe they will be attending their 5th mixed doubles world championship coming up.
That was a great shot right there. To keep that yellow one mostly on the nose and bump the blue one back a little bit.
Just they take control of that forefoot and create quite a nice little pocket in the behind.
Jeg liker å prøve dobbelen og så eventuelt gå I garden. Ja. Hva synes du om det?
Jo, enig da.
Spiller 15, eller?
Hva treffpunkt da?
Vant, jeg tror vi kan treffe 70. 70 fint.
Some good discussion here about what they want to accomplish out of this. They get the angles right.
Ja, hvis du ikke vil spille 15, det sikkert litt uspilt akkurat der.
Ja. Marginalen må være å gå I garden I hvert fall.
Ja.
Så jeg tror... jeg synes det ser greit ut. Kanskje litt mindre om nå. Ja. Spiller jeg tung vant. For å treffe 60, så sitter vi igjen.
So Max Nedregotten delivering for Norway.
Ja!
And he will get up and sweep his stone. Removes the one, spreads the blues out a little bit.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe wiggle that back yellow one through the hole. I'm not sure that was there. He hit it about as good as I thought he could have. And that yellow one still stuck at the back of the forefoot. Gives Hungary a chance to put one top four and close it up a little bit.
Close up the door. Can't close both sides, so they still got the draw in the open side on the left with an in turn.
Oh, it looks like he might be throwing a hit here. Maybe opting for the hit and roll.
Not wanting to leave a lot of stones in play. It is early in the game, the first end, so don't want to get a big end against you. And Hungary did experience that in an earlier game. Really nice hit and roll.
Yeah.
You can also accomplish it that way. Absolutely. Makes it pretty difficult for Norway to get a double here. Looking like they can potentially get a jam on that back yellow if they onto the blue.
Yeah, I think they could actually probably jam them both.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm not sure you can play that double.
Let's probably elect for a little tap and roll. I could consider just coming right back down to that yellow one down there. Looks like he's thinking it'll go through. He's going to try it. I'm a bit with you there, Brendan. Doesn't get this angle right. He's potentially jamming both of them there.
Yeah, I can't see a way where he's not jamming one of them.
Absolutely.
But we'll see.
Good close up view of the stones in play there.
Vanlig opp. Vanlig.
Følg med! Ja! Hei!
Over nesa, over nesa, over nesa.
They just leave one yellow in play. He takes one out. Yellow is still setting shots down.
Well, it's not a bad result actually. If he would have got on the sweep a little bit earlier, he might have been able to play it over the top and make the double the other way.
It does kick out the other side there, so it is free to hit. Depending where Hungary places this one. So you're missing out this draw because you've already qualified for the semi-final tomorrow morning. So congratulations to you and Naratsu for having a great results here so far this weekend.
Thank you. Yeah, the way the format for this event worked, there were two teams at the top of the pools that were able to get a bye through the semi-final, which I think is a huge advantage. And we get to watch the games tonight and scout the teams in the ice, and hopefully we can come out and play well again tomorrow.
Excellent. So it's looking a little bit warm. Not coming off much there. Running a little bit straight.
Oh, I think it might have just stopped in time to not leave the double.
Yeah. So a little hit and a roll, but don't think there's a double here.
Bare bak 12.
Let's play a tap here.
I'm a little surprised at this. It's getting deep enough in the end. I thought they'd maybe play the freeze and try and get two that way.
Absolutely.
It seems like here, if they play a hit, they're probably going to roll open.
Potentially get forced to their one.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he's figuring if he just draws one in there, Hungary's going to freeze on it, and they're still forced to their one. So moving it back potentially does give him an opportunity for more. You do have to be careful when you pick your weight up a little. Runs quite a bit straighter, so.
Ja! Opp! Opp! Følg med!
Gjennom.
Opp!
Gjennom.
Opp!
Gjennom.
Kjøle!
Ja, jeg skjønner det. Kjør.
Ja, det har ikke sjans.
I got on top of it.
Det er bra, det.
Yeah,
Tapped it back just a
that's
little
a pretty
bit,
good
so-
shot.
Aldri ikke hatt sjans der.
They're going to have to play a really finessed tap
Yeah,
here.
absolutely. Pumped it back enough that I think the double is actually there now for the angles.
Mm-hmm.
And right to left.
Jeg spiller meg, ikke? Jeg kommer litt tight og må sette den ut, liksom.
Ja, den siste var, jeg synes det var litt tett.
Jeg setter den helt klart nok ut igjen, da.
Ja, men det
Åpenbart.
er sløyden. Bra, liksom, men det er greit. Det er ikke noe.
This is the last stone for Hungary this end.
I think she might be opting for just the heavy draw freeze type
I
shot.
think so.
Which I
Just
think
gonna put
probably
money in
makes
here.
some sense.
Absolutely.
Without the hammer, they're just trying to force and try
Force
and
one.
shrink down the scoring area as much as they can.
Line will be really key here. Just want to come down, freeze right on the nose.
Yeah, it looks like she's pretty good.
It's got a great shot.
Yeah, very good.
Don't think that's going anywhere.
Nei, det var ikke noe der.
Hæ? Du bare slenger den i veggen.
Dra for en, da. Hvis du vil.
I think there's probably an in-turn draw for one. It's going to have to be a good shot at that.
Det er ikke noe vits i å prøve på den, Magnus. Jeg kan bare gjøre det verre.
Dra egen hånd. Hæ?
Ja.
So last stone of the end.
Vi køler det der, da. Litt mindre.
Kirsten Skaslien.
Køler litt mindre der.
Ja, kanskje. Det er uspilt. Det er trådere.
Was checking out some stats the other day. She has represented Norway 25 times in her career.
Wow. Wow. It's a pretty good career.
Women's mixed doubles.
She probably played quite a few juniors as well. I'm not sure if that
Junior
was...
World Championships, yeah. She played with Doherty Norby.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Well, she'll be drawing on all that experience in a few months here at the Olympics. Little light. You know, they played that whole first end with that out-turn path, and I think that in-turn had just sat there for a little bit, and it's probably 8 or 10 feet heavy.
It looked like her weight would have been okay. It just curled off a little bit too much, I think. She did get on top of it. She did bump the rocks a little, so a bit of miscue on the line there. So that'll be a steal of 1 for Szekeres and Nagy for Hungary in the first end. And as in regular play, when you score, you change over the hammer, last stone advantage. So Norway will maintain the hammer, having a point going to Hungary.
Har vi sett på sjokk i... Nei. Tenk deg meg om jeg glemmer fordolve.
Evidently somebody the other day wrote a note into the broadcast that
Sammen med meg.
some young boy was disappointed that he couldn't understand everybody on the ice, that they were speaking different languages. And this is an international tournament, and that's why we have commentating here for you to help you through the game. Ildi was quite disappointed. Her English isn't good enough to talk English out there with George, so they will continue talking in their language is what they're most comfortable with. That's what they practice. So for all of those viewers out there who are maybe disappointed that there's no English in this game, I guarantee you there will be some English in the game tomorrow morning.
Bra linja.
God plass.
Skal så jævlig mye is, da.
A little light here. Now that's a pretty big miss after Ildi missed her first one.
Absolutely.
It was a good opportunity to get 2 in the forefoot and really put some pressure on.
Struggling a little bit.
Jeg bare må ta drifta ut av der. Jeg vet ikke. It's okay.
George and Ildi will try and come down and put one in right at the top of the forefoot, top of the button. This is also over curling. Maybe just get a little more curl on this line here.
You know, earlier that was one of the straighter spots on the ice, and I'm not
so.
sure if maybe they tried to scrape that out and get a little bit more curl over there.
Absolutely, I think so. We did talk to the ice makers after the game and advise them, so I would suspect they've tried to fix up that spot.
Nesten helåpen.
I was trying to working with the teams, taking good information from what the teams are saying on the ice and applying it. And ice makers always want to try and make the best conditions possible for all teams. So it was a feedback from a couple games that a couple of lines were quite straight. So for this draw, they've done a full shave on the ice, and I'm sure trying to create some better conditions out there.
For sure. And another opportunity right back to Norway.
Absolutely. So it's early in the game, though. And mixed doubles, you can scoreboard can transition quite quickly. You can make really good comebacks.
Litt lang. Hjemme en kvarting. Så linja da.
That's a much better draw. He's going to put that right down on the top.
That's a very good shot.
Picit hátra, megpróbálod hátrébb tolni.
De csak
Nem.
ugyanazzal a jéggel, mint az előbb.
Kisebbet adnék,
You can try and tap those back and create some pocket in the back of the house.
Mit szól?
Tíz is jobb, mint oldalról eltalálni.
Én egy 9-et azért dobnék.
And there we here.
Kristin,
Ja,
egen.
bra.
And that went running a little bit straighter, so
Got a little unlucky with how that jammed back there.
it is set for second shot stone.
Ja, egentlig så vil du...
Now we will just be trying to play a little play on it and coming across.
I would be tempted if I were Norway to try and draw one back into the forefoot. You know, you play this hit and roll, your rock's probably pretty close to on the tee line, and they might choose to draw at that
And
point.
freeze it, tap it back just a little.
If you could get in there even for second shot,
Just
now,
looking at that now.
Hallo, vi tar den.
I think that hit'll be there for you later.
Ja. Vant, Samsene.
Tung vant. Litt mindre. Litt mindre. Ja, ja.
So he's elected to play the hit. Hit and roll.
Whoa, 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 yeah!
They did discuss playing the draw.
Whoa! Whoa!
Vant. To vant.
Whoa!
Gjerne rulle.
Whoa!
Nei, ikke noe rulle.
We'll just hit and stay right there.
11 blank.
Hæ?
11 blank.
05?
Now it's up to her to decide what they're going to do with this. It leaves them the hit and roll.
Gå bare ned med duppe.
Csak azért dobnám ezt, mert
Ja, greit det.
fontos lenne a roll.
Ha litt is i magen her, da. Altså på de første.
Fontos
Trenger ikke å
lenne.
hoste før vi med sikkerhet vet at OK, nå begynte det å køle, ja.
Mennyi volt az ő hoggideje?
Ja, men jeg synes det er bedre å ligge
Mennyi
der.
volt az ő hoggideje?
10-9.
Eller at du ruller helhjem.
Eller at du ruller bak i det.
Egy
Bak i helgen. Så det er jo, da er de jo i sengen der, da.
és azt lehetett
Litt enig, men det er fortsatt en seng der.
Nei.
Hæ?
Ok, jeg er litt...
Det er jo 2 senger.
I think they're going back and forth between the draw or the
Between
hit
the-
and roll
yeah.
here.
Du er enig.
You know, if you've got to get one back to the center line, the draw is probably the easiest shot. I know it looks a little scary with all those blue ones,
ones sitting in the
8 foot, though,
house
Yeah.
and-
Looks like he ended up at the hit.
35.
Jeg skjønner ikke hva.
Guilty sweeping here.
Kjøper! Nagy!
And got off that a little bit too long and lost it. So it is, it's obviously curling a little bit more than it was earlier today, Brendan.
Yeah.
Should have stayed on that.
Ja.
So over here on the sheet A in the other semifinal, Russia is going to have an open hit for 3 in the first end. Second end, sorry. First end is not up on the board yet.
6. 6.
Sorry, just can't see it behind the people.
Linje. 6.
Okay, update on that. Switzerland did score 1 in the first end, and
14 blank.
we think
And a little heavy there. That leaves an out here
there
for
is no
Ildi
score on
on
the
her
scoreboard,
last
so
one.
Merszték autót dobni, baby? Két verzió van, vagy egy ilyen, vagy csak egy sima freeze is tetszik nekem.
Szerintem egy 30.
Switzerland scored 2 in the first
Yeah,
end.
I think we're 3-2 now for Russia playing the third end.
Okay,
Szerintem csak egy freeze.
thank you very much for
Ha
the
ő
update.
ráút, úgyis elmegy
Hopefully one of them can go down and put the score up on the scoreboard.
Okay.
Maybe Carlo can do that for us.
Hæ?
Our cameraman Lawrence, can I ask for it to be done?
Láttad, hogy ő hova tette le, ugye?
Tessék.
Picit ő több törnel játszik, mint én.
Van ilyen her, ja.
Nem tudom, hogy most te milyen törnel játszol.
Riktig komfortabel.
And scoreboard is up to date.
Og det er ikke.
Nem, jó lesz ez.
Nei, men det er ikke sikkert du får ikke mulighet til det.
Nei.
So really nice
Du får en mulighet.
sitting in here with 3.
For mange.
Norway. Hungary will deliver their stone here.
A mózon maradás.
Oké, akkor nagyon figyelj arra, hogy ne...
Jó, rendben.
Oké.
Seriøst, jeg svelger så bra nå, vet du. Det er bare...
74.
Eldiko Szekeres.
Is she playing the hit? It looks like she might be.
Vigyázz, mögül nem látok! Van, Amerikán!
Ah, she looks like she's got a beauty here.
This little tap right on the nose. gets a little bit
Yeah, you know,
off
they
to the
probably
side.
should have been either on
Sweeping
it.
that, yeah. Would have liked to get on that a little bit faster to get the line, and that is a little bit of difference between mixed doubles.
Jeg har ikke peiling på isen.
Really, they
person-
were caught in the middle there. If she would have been off it a little, they could have rolled farther
behind the
in
guards.
behind. It's tough when
Hackers.
you're right in the middle.
Yeah, you're not getting off as often the weight call in the information. Something I noticed you and Renata doing is following each other down the sheet, and the communication is shorter, so you're getting a little bit more interactive. You don't have to depend on just information from a long way away. And that's something you see in regular plays. Sweepers and skips communicate constantly down the sheet. So your feedback and your information is much more constant. And mixed doubles sometimes relies on a little bit of yelling down with a long view, and your reaction time is a little delayed.
Kant 4.
That does play in a factor for sometimes the big scoreboard changes in mixed doubles play.
Yeah, even on this shot, you see she was probably a few sweeps away from having a good look at a freeze, and now Norway has a tap for 3.
Yeah. Completely easy tap. She's got to get the angle right, not to catch the blue one at the
it's
back.
pretty straight over here as well. Looks like they're off it early. Just got to get close to the center line here. Good enough for the single. I think she might have just thrown that a little harder than she wanted to.
Yeah.
She needed to come down to the nose and bump it a rock or two, and I think she threw maybe a few feet heavy.
Yeah, don't think she needed that much weight. If she wanted that much weight, she needed less ice. That's combination. So we go to a tie scoreboard, 1-1.
1-1.
Thank you, Carlo. Including the scoreboard up on the board for us down there. Carlo Glasbergen, the coordinator of the event here at Curling Ban Zoetermeer. He was the brainstorm behind creating this event a few years ago, and said, "Hey team, will you help me out?" And the team got behind him, supported his decision to host this event in combination with Curling Ban Zoetermeer, and now Kimberly Honders partnering up with him to put this great field of teams, world-class teams, all together, and host them on this great facility. This is the host rink of the men's national team. This is where we train.
Really hard sweep here. Just clips that guard.
Well, first off, it's just getting them a little bit each time. You see a little bit of frustration
Yeah,
from the
it's
players.
been both teams, you know, that
absolutely.
first rock is so important in mixed doubles, and they just haven't quite got ends set up quite the way they would like to. And you're scrambling often.
Setup is so important.
Csak 4-es.
Da 3-23. Da ligger de dødt på den siden her. Da får vi 2-86.
Nagyon széles, még a kéken vagyunk, forogni kell. Kívülről vihetem? Kívülről? Kívülről? Nyom rá! Nyom rá, nyom rá, nyom rá, nagyon, 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 még, amíg megy. Oké. Nagyon kipöccintettem, bocs.
Jeg kan jo ikke ha så lite is.
Du køler jo aldri opp her i sted. Det var ikke noe mer enn her.
Nei, det er garantert i gard, men ok.
Ja, hvor mye vil du ha da? Her.
Nei, ikke der. Av litt lenger.
Nice stone on the way here.
Ingen linje.
Magnus sweeping hard here and get this into a nice position. It's coming in nicely here.
That's a very good shot.
Yeah, he's had really good weight throughout the whole weekend, I think. And Key getting that missed up on the both teams missing up on that first one. He gets us into a much better position.
I'd say Hungary still has the advantage here. They're playing this little out-turn tap type shot, and if they make it good, Norway's going to be chasing a few rocks in the forefoot.
Yeah.
Du må nesten tenne opp litt, eller så...
Ja, hva vil du skal si da?
Du skal være med. Smil.
Ok.
Csak 9-es.
9-es! Nem nagyon jön, az anyagkaraját.
I think that one surprised them a little bit. They actually got lucky how they bumped that rock into the 8-foot. It worked out pretty well.
So some options here for Norway. They can look at bumping that playing hit and roll off that top one. Can also just play it in here.
Hva sa du?
Nedjusterer risikoen litt.
Hvor svært går det?
What do you like here, Brendan? I think this hit?
I think I like the hit. You know, Hungary's got, it's always close. I think he definitely got to get another rock on the center line. But Hungary does have the hammer, so eliminating one of these rocks, and I don't think is the wrong play. I would just be a little worried. You need to make a good angle here. You might be making a bit of Hungary's shot for them.
A little bit of an inside roll. Probably like to get a little bit more, but he can't play on it now. So
yeah, that's sort of what I was talking about, though. You know, you rolled halfway to the center line, and you almost lined up this angle better than it was before with those two rocks being buried. So, and another chance at this little in-turn tap or out-turn tap. I'm sure he'll be pretty close after seeing the first one come down.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Látod, hogy hol kell eltalálni, ugye?
Igen.
They generally don't like to leave the same shot for your opponent a couple times, and not many stones in this in mixed doubles play, so only 5 stones are delivered. The first stone and last stone by one player, and the 3 stones in the middle by the second player.
Jó.
Yeah, that's a good shot. Very good.
Things all moved around there.
Jeg bare drar hit, da.
Du vil dra?
Ja, du dro jo her I sted.
I think the key is that he got that blue rock off the top of the button, opened up a little bit of space for their last rock.
Norway is sitting 2 and 3.
Du kommer ikke lenger enn hit da, for du kører litt.
Ikke det bra, da?
Jeg får en dobbel da, ikke?
Ja, helt ned hit, da.
And our other semi-final is all tied up, 3-3, with Russia having hammer here in the 4th end.
Great game. That game is moving along really quickly.
Very good half end ahead of our feature sheet. Is Norway playing the hit and roll here?
I got to be honest, I'm not sure. I think they are. Looks like too much ice for the draw.
It does. I'm a little confused. You know, with Norway already being second and third shot, you think the easiest way to get in there would be to play the draw.
Play a draw. A little bit of weight, so he's chosen to play a bump and roll.
I'm not sure. This looks more like draw weight. It's possible they just had the broom up there just because it was sort of hidden behind the rock. I think he is playing the draw, which I like. I need to improve my Norwegian, I guess.
And that's a nice shot, right to the white.
Very good shot. They might have left a triple here, depending. If I were Hungary, I'd want to give it a go though. Yeah, absolutely. Even if you only get the top two, those 3 yellows in the house are starting to look a little ominous with Norway only having the 1 shot left.
Absolutely. You just need to hit about 3/4 of that, hey Brendan? Top blue one?
Yeah, maybe a sliver thicker, maybe 2/3. You definitely do not want to jam it on that yellow one.
No.
That's the danger here.
He's going to make an attempt at the triple.
It's not a bad shot. He made the other double. Only problem with this is that blue rock that's sort of stuck at the top of the button. Yeah.
Really nicely buried behind that guard as well. So.
Had he hit it a little thicker and made the top double and left the back one, I think the leave might be a little better than this.
A couple options. He can now come down and play on that back yellow one.
Norway's got to be a little careful for sure.
Absolutely. They are shooting shots down here. They play this hit and roll on the yellow. They risk sitting beside it and setting up a double on the blues. There are a few rocks in the yellow stones in play. Definitely wanting to remove something yellow.
I think I'd be tempted just to rip out that side yellow one, to be honest.
The one on the left.
Yeah, I'm a little worried with this shot again, sort of like the last time. If you make that roll halfway, you're going to leave a double for 3 again.
Yeah.
And as it stands, I'm not sure you can tap that blue one out very easily.
No.
You know, they really know their draw weight to the center here. I'd also be okay with just a freeze.
Freeze right on top of that blue one. It is their last stone. No, they got 2 stones. Oh, sorry.
Hva er det du vil da, Kristian?
Ja, ok. En kant der da, så du får
Ja, for jeg tror ikke du kan ha det heller. Jeg tror du må ha touchen mindre enn det, altså. For jeg må holde den, så skal vi skli her som marginal, så du er tynn, liksom.
Ok.
Looks like they might have settled on the hit here. I think she's going to try and play it soft and roll under that blue one.
15 fart, ikke det?
Halvtreff med 15 fart. Marginalen er tynnere enn halv.
Ok, så marginalen er kjølt over.
Hæ?
Er det glatt uti der da? Synes du må ha dratt der?
Ja, det er fint det. Hovedtingen er at det er rett.
Playing the hit and roll here, I think.
I think so, yeah. They certainly talked about both shots.
Bra fart!
This one's under the way.
No, this could not end up well. It's tricky, but I think there's a double there for...
I think they have to hit that pretty thin to make the double.
For 2.
They would be losing the shooter.
Yes.
I'm
I'm not sure they have another shot, so you may as well play that one and try and get your deuce. It's a thin half.
Dobbel er på maks 2. Men Fransen er kraftig, for så kikker vi opp 17 år. Han får jo maks 2, som jeg kan se det.
Kézzel nem variálunk.
Jeg vet ikke, jeg var usikker, så ikke så mye det. Men vi kan også manne oss opp litt her. Så prøve å treffe litt på riktig marginal, og så være litt tøffere. Skulle kjøre på 2 på kvelden, liksom. Det blir sånn krampaktig, synes jeg. Kjøpert!
Colin, sweep here.
Ah, she only got the top one.
Yeah. A little bit too thick.
A little, yeah.
Overcurled. Maybe needed a little bit more weight for that shot to get enough action off the 2 stones both. So
I'm not sure she was overly happy with how she slid on that one.
Yeah, it's a little off balance. It is a steal of 1. A couple ends stolen in this game so far. First end and this end. So it is now 2-1 for Norway after 3 ends of play. And over here on the Switzerland-Russia game, we are still tied up 3-all. After 3 ends, they are just coming up to the end of the 4th end. A little bit ahead of the feature sheet.
Det er litt trådere, altså. Det er litt trådere.
Sorry, Christian. Got my feet in the way with all the little wires down here.
Kanskje bare at vi var et skole helt for langt ut.
Ja, det må ikke se på.
Ja, ok. Skal sammen da.
So in the system of play here, 2 teams with the best results advance to the semifinals. Those are played tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. This is second place teams, and which are the 4 teams here out on the ice. The next 4 ranking teams playing. The loser is out, and the winners advance to a semifinal. The winner of sheet A will advance to the play against Ratsu Garcia and Brandon Botcher. And the winner of sheet B, our feature game, will advance to play another team from Spain. So Spain is well represented and reaching the semifinals on all accounts here today.
Hva var det?
13-9.
A little heavy here. That was a great first shot from Kristen to get that rock welded right on the button. That's the first shot I think I've seen this game, and it makes such a difference.
The last feature game they played, it took a couple ends to get going, and then they never missed those first shots. And hopefully she's on track now, and it's going to make a much better game. So 4th end action here at the Dutch Masters. Curling mixed doubles. Up in the Curling World Tour.
Linja bra.
Poäng klar, hjälp!
Hjälp! Oh.
Another great draw shot here. Coming
really
down to
good
freeze
sweep
on
on
top
that
of this.
shot.
Excellent work by Magnus and bringing that down on top of the forefoot. And starting to build up quite nicely for Norway.
Step, piros széle. A gárdot itt a baj. Kicsit nagyobb a piros széle.
Magnus also plays in the men's competition and competes on the World Tour. Team Wallstadt from Norway. They will be representing Norway at the Men's World Championship in Las Vegas. But first stop for him is mixed doubles worlds. Or sorry, mixed doubles Olympics. Over curl on that one.
But you know, hitting the guard was probably a
Not
better
so bad.
outcome
It's definitely
than
in the margin, eh? You definitely don't want to go past that group of stones or throw it into the back yellow one. Norway's just going to throw up another guard. Replace the one that just got tapped off.
Du vill heldekke den, ikke sant? Da blir det ikke noe luke der.
A hátsó sárga jobb, mint az első kék.
Kant oppra, sikkert.
Melyik a jobb? A hátsó sárga vagy
Nej.
az első kék?
Hátsó sárga.
Det her er mer enn du hadde i sted.
Ja. Jeg vet ikke helt, det. Det er jo nesten samme som i stall der, da.
Nei, du har mer. Du hadde her i sted.
Ok.
Hæ? Jeg tror ikke du skal ha noe mer enn det her. Vil du ha mer?
Nei, det er fint. To.
Forsiktig! Forsiktig! Ja, du kan gå. Kølle! Kølle!
And in the other game there, Russia had a little soft weight hit for 4, and they were just a little bit wide, so they got held to 1. So it's now 4-3 for Russia, with Switzerland having hammer in the 5th end.
Bra.
Tror du det?
Ja, uansett så får du ikke noe bra der for Luka.
Good guard up there. Might lift a little bit of a hole.
And I think Hungary needs to start thinking about trying to move those rocks in the house.
Absolutely.
It's getting late in the end.
Hogg der.
Félkezette szerinted?
Éppen egyébként igen.
With Nagy.
Ser du? Simen, tippe nå. Eller så har vi av. Tipp, tipp, tipp.
Winner for Hungary.
Venstre. Sikkert.
Oh, just clips the top one.
That just didn't curl up quite enough.
No, he was close.
It wasn't much of a hole there, so maybe he's just gonna put up another one to plug this hole here.
Kan jeg eventuelt tappe på min?
Ja.
Eller?
Ja.
Er ikke det riktig?
Skal å dekke hullet her, så her er fint. Hvis
Du er
det
nødt
er
til
her,
å-
så får den dragning her, så jeg prøver å komme litt nærmere.
Ja. Må inn til linja, da.
Ja.
Vet ikke, her, eller? Litt mer der?
Litt mer, kanskje. Det er jo marginalen her, da.
So another event on the tour this weekend is Bern Ladies. They're celebrating their 50th anniversary of that event. The dominant women's world tour event. So I wish them great success down there. In between games, all the players here are watching watching the live feeds coming from the other events. So great coverage coming from all across the world on YouTube channel. Great partnership with World Curling Television and World Curling Federation and the World Curling Tour. So thank you for all those partners for making that possible.
I think this end is a great example. You know, Norway made their first shot about as good as they could, and since then they've been throwing guards.
Just
and it's been pretty easy. And Hungary missed their first shot at the end, and they've been playing pretty tough shots.
Yeah, catch up ever since. Those first couple shots are so important. You only have 5 stones to deliver, so you can't deliver. You can't take out, fix your first problem. So that's
now they're looking if there might be a hole with that out turn to throw a draw. Maybe get one to the side of the button and set something up for their next draw.
Coming on down, freezing to the back blue one there.
I think they were talking about it.
We'll see if that's what comes here.
Den shotten vår går jo ingen vei.
Nei, den ikke gjør foreløpig. Det går en vei med en oppgave, men den ikke på.
Med den?
Ja.
Stå hit.
Kom med begge.
He was just going to try and peel off some of those guards.
Got a little unlucky there to jam that one. He needed to hit it a little thicker, I think.
This gives Norway an opportunity to just actually come right down on the top of that and just make a little tap. And they had to be careful not to set up any kind of double or triple in the house, but they're definitely sitting in the control seat at the moment. In 4.
I wonder if Norway here is going to be content with their steal of 1.
They indicated they were getting down and tapping the blue end.
That was going to be my other option, or if they're going to play the tap. I don't see a lot of risk there.
No, as long as they get on the nose of it or close to the vicinity and put it straight back. Don't have to tap it too far to be shot.
Bakerste, frisen der.
Nei! Må kølle! Må kølle!
Baby, hit hva de dro.
Jeg vet ikke, jeg tror den toren er det rette.
Hit hva vann.
Først var det eneren som den typen der, som ikke kjølte opp. Første dagen.
Ja, men da var jeg på vei ut, men den var ikke hvit da.
Den var veldig hard da.
And she was just a few feet heavy there, so she came by the one she was trying to tap. And I think left Hungary this out-turn draw they've tried a few times this game. And
see, they tried to pay it off, so they did make her a little more room to get in for that draw. So they did move the stones around on the last shot by George.
I wonder if Hungary's talking about the double off that blue rock at the side of the forefoot. I think that shot might be there as well.
I think they'd always move the yellow one off the back, so it'd still be a shot for 1.
Lehetsz egy kicsit kívülről is, nem kell nózra ráfordulni, mert nem is tudsz.
Den linja, vet jeg, 3.16 på klokka.
Ja, hva hadde du på den første min da?
I'm not sure they can get in for a shot rock unless they hit it quite thin. Then if you throw it any kind of weight and it spins off the top, then you risk leaving a couple if you move that back yellow.
Du kører med den første, så du kommer ut.
Og tar du ikke en av de tårene sist og spilte?
Nem take-outot kell dobni, hanem egy 7-es dob.
Skal du til båten da?
Megtolod és nem rollolsz ki,
Da
akkor
var det
jó.
en av de tårene som var ut da.
Csak ne rollolj ki, ne legyen olyan erős, hogy kirollol.
Nei, da
9.
spilte jeg sikkert 7-8 sikkert.
So I think they're doing some trying to play into the freeze there on the blue. Looking a little bit warm, I think.
She's a little heavy.
Coming down nicely,
curling
actually.
in here for her.
She's got a brilliant shot.
That is a very good shot.
Nice throw, Aldi.
That was a good save. They played the whole end like they were going to give up a steal there. So to come away that with a point is pretty big.
Yeah. Great execution when it mattered.
Stand back there.
Nice high five from George. So, Norway had a great end building up there. They were really patient and got the rocks into a really nice position. Comes down to one last shot.
If they would have made that tap good, it would have been
absolutely a little bit
tough.
heavy. Eh? So they're always maybe a little disappointed, but keep the pressure on, keep building up those ends, and they'll be just fine coming into this next end. They will retain the hammer. They got the hammer. So they will have lost no advantage in this end. That one comes down to the top of the 8 foot.
Topp 4.
Eventuelt der.
Ja.
Nicely in behind the guard. It's a pretty good shot. Ideally, you like to get it on that on top of the 4 foot, but that's definitely okay.
It's certainly better than the couple we've seen a little bit heavy.
Yeah.
That's a rock they can tap and move around all in. I think Norway's going to try and get just around it and hopefully not too much deeper than that.
Absolutely. They'll come down with the in-turn. They had a nice draw in the last end down this rotation. So. Again, coming a little deep and bumping those off at the back. That's
making a little bit of a wall back there.
That's pretty unfortunate for Norway.
Det er første gangen jeg bommer langt, da.
Ja, fin
På min
segment.
første stein.
That's it. Vigyázz, hogy az ötösön levő sárgán ne akadjunk fönn.
Det koster jo til med på, Magnus.
Jeg holdt rent de første 10 meterne. Kjør på, Kristin.
Picit erősebb. Picit erősebb.
Nagyon kell, Gyuri, nyom rá, végig kell, mert miénket kötköljük meg. Végig, nincs rajta tön, végig, utána is tovább.
They're going to run into that rock top 8. That's unfortunate.
It looked like really nice weight coming in there as well, and just a little over curl. Didn't give herself quite enough ice to get in there.
That was a good opportunity to get one frozen into that pocket at the back.
Yeah, we'll want to just move one of those a little. You don't have to get too excited with hitting them too hard. They bounce them around a little and get a rock in behind there a little. I think it would be a really great opportunity.
You got that?
A little Looks like what he's going to do is trying to come down the inside of that.
Tror du det er bra hackfart?
Roll in the
Ja.
inside.
Marginalen er gå i garden.
Ja, skal ha mindre, da.
Nei, jeg vet ikke. Jeg tror det er greit.
Du har fått mindre.
Hack.
Åh!
Hack.
Quite a bit of weight here.
Hack.
Ja!
Yes, they certainly want to
Rent, ja!
get to the center line here. Try and block off that freeze. And they're going to roll a little far. So that's not a bad spot.
Bad. He is in behind that yellow stone. At least half a stone, I think. He's leaving the back open for that freeze that was open earlier.
Ugyanaz a jég.
Jag kan få
Most már nyugodj a sárga.
Jo.
Pretty much always has that little blue one now, the little piece that's sticking out to roll in.
Det er du som sier marginalen er å gå i guard. Da bør du kanskje ikke si det, da.
Kaput. Irányjad.
Irány van. Hely van. Helyből van.
Ó. Erősebb sokkal.
Nem sokkal.
Ó.
37.
Csak másképp.
This one looks a little heavy as well, unfortunately. Unfortunately for Hungary, that would have been...
If they could have got just on the inside of that one and tried to roll in, it would have been a much better leave.
Det er shotten, da.
Ja. Terpe litt, da. Så ligger vi to.
Hogy harázd meg nekem?
Eller du kan slå rulle dit, da, og rime den, men da har du dem verste.
He definitely wanted to... coming up the top of the forefoot was better than coming back for him, bumping those around down there.
Har du to igjen?
Let's give Norway something to think about.
I think he was comparing a little bit on his previous rock. He was a little light and he ran into that one top 8.
Yeah.
And probably just tried to get a little wider, add a little bit more weight, and the combination of those two things caused him to miss the next one.
Kind of a double compensation.
Ja, det er bedre.
Nei, jeg vet ikke. Du kan jo prøve å rulle litt utover, egentlig.
Ok.
Nei, det er kjempedumt.
Ja, de har jo fortsatt ryggen bak her. Da har de kanskje den...
Hvis du kommer litt på innsiden, da, en liten tapp der.
Ok.
Jeg tror det.
Van egy kövem.
Tudom.
De ikke enkelt kommer på innsiden. Så her kommer det jævlig dårlig uansett. Men,
And in the other semi-final, it's Switzerland taking a big 4-ender against Russia. So it's 7-4 now for Switzerland, playing the 6th end. And it looks like Russia's going to use their power play here, try and get a 2 or 3 back.
Hopefully in our game, when the opportunity arises, we'll give you a description of what the power play is, and you'll be able to see it for anybody who has not followed mixed doubles much in the past. It's a little bit easier to explain once the stones are in position.
Go! Ja! 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 Hard guard!
kun dragning! Kun dragning!
Hæ?
Kun dragning!
Har en bit antorskap! Andre veien!
This is a great shot.
Ok, bra.
This comes down.
Maybe a sliver light, but certainly in the ballpark.
It is shot stone, so
Så bare legge den der.
Csak egy freeze.
Baby.
I think the best option is play a tap on this yellow one. LD is just indicating. I think tap that one right down into the pot there. That would be pretty
If you
hard to
could
get
tap
rid of.
that yellow one onto the blue one that he just played and sort of spin it back to the button,
On
it
top,
would be
yeah.
a great shot.
Ide jövünk. Freeze.
Mekkora
He's
jég?
selecting to play a freeze on this other side, maybe leaving that tap back for a little bit later.
Az jó. De az előző az egy rossz dobás
I'm not
volt.
sure I love this. They only have one more shot after, so
I really like playing that tap on that yellow one.
me too.
I mean, even if they play the tap on that yellow, they still have another yellow one to play back again because it'll just replace it.
I'm not sure I'm not sure how they can make the angle a whole lot better playing this freeze.
Gyuri,
Nem mondj semmit!
He's looking at just tapping this blue one straight out the back corner there. And he does leave his own yellow exposed.
szélesebb egy picit.
Just going to draw weight here, I think.
Minden miatt.
Doesn't have any weight to move anything around.
Várj, ne vidd ki előle!
Just guards it up there. I think blue just taps her one on the right.
Which isn't a bad shot for now. I think I might like that better than the freeze, actually. Norway can't really afford to try and hit in there. And Hungary did leave themselves that out-turn tap at the end of the end, so maybe they'll get a chance to play that. I think that might be the shot that Norway's going to guard right now because they're a little worried.
Are they going to guard? Are they kind of going to tap their blue one and chip it into the pin there? They could chip it back towards that other yellow one on the edge of the forefoot.
Håll nu där!
Looks like a guard.
Linja bra!
I think they're maybe trying to just straight guard this yellow rock and still leave a corner of their blue one open, and maybe they'll have that tap at the very end here for two.
It's a long way out there. Definitely covers up what it needs to cover.
Tudja ezt innen kipakolni, és hát vagy még.
Both teams seem content just to let one team score here.
Hungry, I think I'd be trying to tap one of those two rocks, see if you can't get something into the button. You don't have to play it overly hard.
Så jävla farlig. Gör den i femte.
Tehát, hogy a sárgát ne lehessen, itt is jó.
Jeg tror de må risikere å prøve å ta to nummer her. Det ganske dårlig å ta en. Femte. En opp for sjette. Så de to siste her nok igjen. Ikke noe god odds i mixholdet, egentlig.
Så er det powerplay nå igjen.
Det jo.
Ja.
Ja, bare 10 på 9.
Man skal sikkert garde da.
What shot did they settle on here?
I believe they're just going to guard this up.
Oh, she's coming out with a little bit of weight. Yeah, it's hard to tell.
I think they're just guarding this up, Brendan.
I think they're guarding, yeah.
Yeah. She get kicked out a little hard, but pulled back a bit, so I think it's just a nice guard.
Vanlig?
Nå smyger den der, da. Cirka halve. Det er jo ingenting. Så vi får den hit, så får vi to. Kanskje?
Looking now at playing a little tick off that yellow, and if they don't get that thick enough, they definitely can punch it in for shot rock at the back of the four there. This shot does have some risk. I mean, it's a risk of only giving away one, but certainly not ideal either way.
Bak 12.
Nei, istedenfor da. Du går og ser på nytt. Hvis den ikke finnes, er det ikke noe som spiller på den.
Jo, jeg tror den finnes.
Den finnes med oss mye i garden.
Ja, med backline eller noe sånt.
25 så er den der.
Backline?
Ja.
Det er litt tight dit, da. Så går litt, men.
So,
Ja, må få litt kurve på den nå, så jeg kan ikke stå og holde den hele veien.
seeing the concerns themselves here, I think. A little more conversation about the shot, where they want to put it.
Yeah, I think they're probably talking about the path and what kind of weight they're looking to throw. This is really a weight shot, especially with the ice being a little on the straight side. If she's just got sort of back 8, back 12 weight, it'll move quite a bit more than if she's got
back
back
line.
or back line.
Bra
Yeah.
fart!
Nei, nei, nei!
Litt løs!
Nei! 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 Ja! Ja!
Looks like she's pretty close.
Ja.
That is a very
Great
good
shot.
shot. I think it's for 3.
Could be for 3 here.
Maybe only
Be a
two.
measure.
Two for sure, yes. Can you take it this?
Looks like we're going to have a
It's
measure.
yellow.
George quickly claims yellow, but I think from our angle it looks quite blue.
Measure?
Here comes coordinator umpire Carlo Glasberg into action. He's going to do this measure for us out here today. And he does steps over the other side. Very good, Carlo. From this angle, it looks blue, actually. Which, makes that last shot from Kristen really a pistol. By the time that
Blue?
And it was blue.
3?
That is a very good shot.
Magnus?
Ja.
Var det 3?
Ja.
so that is a score of 3 blue for Norway. Really great last shot there by Kirsten. And we've seen the girls really performing on those last stones in the last couple ends. Ildi making a great shot for 1 in the last in N4, and here is
And now the pressure is really going to be on Hungary to try and answer with at least a few back here. I'm not
Absolutely.
sure if we're going to see the power play. Looks like we are.
and we are. So in just a moment here when we get the screens up. Hungary is calling their power play. Power play stones are moved to the side of the sheet on allocated spots. The team with the hammer stone goes on the T line, splitting the 12-foot and the 8-foot. That's the white circle and the blue circle. And the guard goes on the corner, on also an allocated spot, similar to the center line. This forces the play away from traditional play and into the wings.
And really gives a pretty big advantage to the team with hammer once a game to try and score multiple points.
Absolutely.
You often see at least 2 or 3 scored in this. Sometimes more, sometimes there's a miss somewhere in there and it ends up turning
around. We've seen quite a few different defenses to this, depending on whether they're up the scoreboard, below in the scoreboard, what teams do with it, whether you're using this as an offensive play or a defensive play. We've seen both this weekend already, and teams that are up points seem to want to tip that guard and put it into the house on the center line.
Playing the tick and I think just caught it a little thin, maybe a little light.
To the other side.
Det der er ikke bra fart.
Jo, det er bra fart.
So not successful in that shot. Leaves it up for corner guard. Play stays away from the side. Plays away from the middle onto the side. Power play can only be called by the team with the hammer, and each team gets 1 power play opportunity per game.
And now this is a great opportunity for Team Hungary to try and sink a second rock around that guard.
Absolutely.
And that would still be a situation where Norway can't throw a hit yet.
Yep.
So it starts to get pretty scary. But they need to make a good one here to start.
And they really want to be in front of the tee line here.
Yeah, ideally you're just freezing one right on top of the one that's pre-positioned.
Okay.
Looks like she had great weight and just didn't quite get enough curl.
Yep. One of the disadvantages is that the play hasn't been out to the sides at all during the game. All the stones are going towards the middle. Both teams will have had an opportunity to practice and see how the ice runs out on the sides during their 5-minute practice before the game. So it's not completely unknown, but they haven't watched stones come and go and track. Ice can be a little bit heavy or a little keener depending on the pebble. If you're just joining us, you're at the Dutch Masters mixed doubles curling. Curling Bands of Premier in the Netherlands. World Curling Tour event.
And that is a very good shot.
It's a very good tap.
He wasn't
Sits for
allowed
shot
to play
stone.
a hit yet, but tapped it behind the tee line, sat for shot rock.
Yeah, moving back.
Hungary is going to have a chance now to hit, roll behind the guard in wave 3, which would put a little bit of pressure on.
Csak az lesz.
Mit gondol?
Csak egy ilyen 40.
Aha, jó, nagyon fontos lenne, hogy beforduljon.
Fehér pöty szélét fogom szélezni, és 50. Jó, tetszik?
Aha.
Så står der ved linja av og til.
Herregud da, det er jo faen ikke min feil at du skal stå akkurat der jeg står.
Har min tid.
So working hard on the sweep here.
Oh, and just clipped the guard.
Kan jeg få gå?
It rolled curl up quite a bit more, I think, than he wanted. Maybe got a little inside. He was pretty quick calling the sweep on that. So I think Norway will also just continue to follow up here and play a hit and roll. Spread the stones around a little.
Yeah, they have a couple options here. They could maybe give the double a go.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to play it a little conservative for now and hope they maybe have an easier shot at the double later.
Let's play a hit and roll.
Hvordan gikk det på softspillene, eller tikken?
Du holdt den jævla bra, men
Ja.
er det ikke litt mer safe å gå vanlig her?
Ja, kan godt være det.
Med kant der?
Ja. Det er nok is, tror jeg.
Om du skjerper på, så ligger du 1 og 2.
Good communication between these two partners. They've been playing together for quite some time, mixed doubles. Lots of experience. High on the world ranking.
Nei.
Veldig vanskelig å høre. Må nesten peke.
Min rakett og jobb.
Der kunne vi før.
Ja, men
Har du glemt det?
jeg husker ikke hva. Det er den siden du skal gå fra.
Nei, det betyr den. Steinen er der.
Ötkettőrevezetnek. Kellnek
Még egyszer repülj, gyere!
Det var jo riktig det der da.
So discussing a little bit about their communication, and they'll be working on a few different things here, trying to fine-tune some communication points. Could be loud crowds at the Olympics, and they'll be looking for some signals to be able to communicate with each other a little better. And
Luka, eller? John, John! Er du nære?
Ja. dobbelen?
Is he playing that same hit and roll that he tried on the first one?
I believe so, yes.
Dobbelen.
No, he's trying to play the double here.
Played the double.
And removes one from play. Keeps his shooter and pushes the other one to the other side.
That's a pretty good shot.
Där. Det var lite roligt.
He doesn't
now
leave a
has
double
to
here
roll
for
in.
Norway. Yeah. I was going to choose which one to remove.
Sätt den ordentligt ovanför då, eller lite mer is. Nej, lite mindre i.
And just roll into the circles, into the white. Three shot stone.
Get in there for second shot. And
Yeah.
keep hungry. Trying to play some
Working,
doubles
yeah,
to get
absolutely.
If you give this double a run now and you don't make it, then you might never get
You
another
risk.
shot.
Yeah.
Ja, ja! Wow! Ja! Ja! Fine! Ja! Wow!
Ah,
He
that's
gets a
very
nice
good
little
shot.
roll and doesn't roll too far. So, yeah, there's a double here, Brandon, but I think it's a pretty tall one.
Yeah, I think they might be trying to play it with a little less weight and even just
tap and
roll
roll
it
over on
back
top.
in front of that
Yeah.
little one. Maybe you get a better look at the double on your last rock at the end.
Absolutely.
Nátok én.
Next doubles is a game, you got to be quite patient.
Az elsődben mi történt? Az engedés volt, vagy ott ráment?
Ugyanaz volt a második is, mint az első.
Szépen elindult nagyon.
Igen.
Igen. Na most ahhoz, hogy róla tudjunk, ahhoz lehet, hogy kell.
So you competed at the Olympic trials in Canada for mixed doubles over in December. Had a great run there. Good results.
Some good results.
Fortunately, just not achieving it. Had a good time
There
though.
were quite a few teams
Szerintem mind a kettőjük
could
jobb,
have
úgy
come out of that event. It
emlékszem.
was a great field. All the top names, both men's and women's, were
Igen.
represented there. And I certainly think John and Caitlin will do a great job for us over at the Olympics.
Excellent. We definitely wish Team Canada well. Canadian roots for me.
It's good to see a few of the other Olympic teams came out for this event. I think that's great. They're within a few weeks of probably heading over to Korea, trying to acclimatize. And
There's a lot of teams heading over to Japan prior
they
to
just needed
for
to be
training
sweeping
camps.
that rock a little bit. Eh?
Just missing the line calls. It's trying to see the view from a thrower position. It kind of shows what difference you miss when you don't have that skip in the house calling that line for you.
A viszendéig meg lehetett volna rúgva, mert végül mögötte
It's possible they were stuck in between the
Hit and roll
double,
or
which
double.
probably means they threw a little bit too much weight.
It's a good tip for all you young throwers out there. You don't always have to throw it big to be successful.
No, you know, if you play that shot with probably the minimum weight, where you either make the double,
Double
or you
or
make
stay.
the roll, then
Yeah.
you're never rolling over the top. And
Yeah.
when you're playing a thin double like that, that's often the easiest way to look at it. Whereas when you throw it hard like a peel, there's really only one way to make it good.
Absolutely. So Kirsten Skaslien.
Litt
Laying an open hit here. They would like to hit and stay and force Hungary to score one. They will do so.
I imagine they'll probably play the hit and stick on that rock in the
Hit and
forefoot.
stay on the nose. She's got quite a bit of room to roll if she needs to.
Da ble avstandssida. Når?
Där.
Til venstre. Så går jeg og fyller vann og tisser.
You need to score it and to mix doubles or you lose the hammer. So there is no advantage for her to trying to double this and roll them out, clearing them, which is something you very often see in definitely in men's play. A little less often in women's play. So there is no advantage to clearing this off. You just pick which handle to play, which rotation to throw. She'll just want to come down and sit on the nose of that.
Ez ilyen 40-hez van.
Her shot for one. Over here on sheet A is a really tight game. It's now 7-6 for Switzerland over Russia. See, some really big hit throwing weights over here on sheet A. It's kind of quite an exciting game.
And that's a good hit and stick.
Yep.
And that'll be a score of 1 for Hungary.
I imagine now Norway will use their power play in that defensive situation, just making sure they score.
Absolutely. We'll see some, so we get to see it a little bit different tactics going into both power plays.
Skal jeg gå? Det er Oslo.
So, as predicted, here comes a power play, a defensive power play for Team Norway. And blue stone goes to the team for the hammer, as Norway, in front of the tee line, sectioning the 8-foot and the 12-foot. And the guard from Team Hungary, placed about halfway down between the hog line and the top of the house.
Szerinted? Irány? Lassú!
And Hungary's ignoring that rock right off the hop and throwing a center guard, which I think is...
And that's the offensive play. We saw in the last end a tick shot.
Sorry, I stand corrected, not playing the center guard, playing it in the house.
Big.
Probably because Norway can't hit.
So then they'll throw a guard with their next one. And we've seen both actions, some putting it right on the top of the 4-foot, others throwing up that guard and then coming around it. And that's just a preference for teams.
I think, though, if you were trying to draw in the house, you certainly wanted to be shot.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a
leaving
little
that
short.
one as a guard and then throwing your next one in for shot, but now if you choose to throw a guard on your following rock, you're not going to be guarding shot.
Yeah. Forcing that play back in the middle, Hungary will be looking at stealing this end.
Looks like she's trying to play a little nose tap.
Just come around and try and use that corner guard again and come around.
Okay. And a good shot. Very good shot.
So again, that stone cannot be removed from play, so those are both safe stones.
Ja, veldig rolig slide da. Ja, 340.
Ja, sorry.
Du ga den meg søt, du ga den også.
Det var litt drive I sliden.
Litt hva for noe I sliden?
Drive. Litt drive. Litt... Det var ikke en sånn... Hæ?
Det et ordlydtrykk.
Kanskje.
Kicsit erősen!
Hej, Ole.
Kettes, hármas is akár.
Nem nyúlnék hozzá.
Nem nyúlok.
Kjøle litt over. Det viktig å ta? Ja.
Ja, det jo den farligste.
So Hungary's now guarding that stone, so that's pretty clear indication their choice for that first stone was to put it on the top of the 4 or a little bit deeper.
Now they're sort of forced to guard third shot, which isn't ideal.
And Nora can hit now. It's the 5th stone to be delivered, so he was just going to go up and rip off that guard. Peel. This is a consistent strategy you would see with teams being up points in regular play.
They're just trying to keep it open and make sure they always know what the last shot is and not get too clogged up in the 4-foot.
Absolutely.
So we'll probably see a series of guards and peels here, and then at some point Hungary will have to make a choice if they want to try and draw around that rock top 12 or tap it back, or maybe make a play over on those other 2 blue ones.
Guard goes out. Nice shot.
Csinálgatjuk ezt, és a végén betopjuk egy 8-asra.
Hungry's probably going to replace this. Throw up another guard.
És akkor utána vagy megdobja a duplát, vagy dobjuk. Tetszik?
Jó.
Csak egy hajszállal kérek nagyobbat, mint az előtt. Csak egy hajszál.
Future game is button N behind sheet A at the Olympics or the Worlds, bigger competitions. Teams are required to play by a time clock. There is no time clock here at this event. Giving teams a little more opportunity to train and have more communication and work on some different strategies they might be preparing for big events.
Den burde fått den.
Sen burde ha en gard. Det er for
Ja, ja. Det mener jeg sånn som farter på den her.
Håper du kjører litt over da, for da er det ja.
Ok. Samme.
And I wonder if this guard's tight enough, they might take a run at the double. Looks like they're just playing the peel again.
Litt mindre is.
Ugye az nem jó, hogy tettem igazsára, mert akkor az a kő az rosszabb lesz, és az
So sitting behind us here, beside us here on the couch on the commentating booth is Ratsu. She's doing everything possible to distract Brendan and make him laugh. I guess she's thinking you're a little too serious here, Brendan.
Well, I think this game's just going a little too slow. We're all trying to find a way to keep entertained. Oh, and that's a very good shot.
He does play the double and peels them both off and rolls over for a beautiful corner guard there.
Not only did he make the double,
Great
he made
outcome.
the roll too. That's a very good shot.
See, it must have been the extra entertainment on the bench here.
There we go.
Thank you very much, Ratsu. Getting some excitement going on out there on the ice.
Now Hungary's got a bit of a choice to make. They can
try and bring play back to the middle.
Try. I think the missed peel is a little unlikely at this point. So I would be tempted to try and maybe draw around that rock in the 8 foot.
He's got some room there. Those are the top one is at the top of the just top 8 foot line. So he can come all the way back to the back 8 foot to get in behind there and still stay shot stone. In behind the thrower, George, there you see a sponsor board. Big thanks to Myers Lunchroom for providing us some really great meals here this weekend. It's important to have some good nutrition for the athletes who are preparing for championships. Golden Tulip hosting all the teams in their hotel. And of course, great curling center here at Curling Band Zoetermeer. Kimberly and her team putting together some great ice conditions and a great atmosphere here in the hall. So they put that up there hoping to get something happening, and they're just going to peel off that guard again here, I think.
I think maybe, you know, I'd be a little careful with this peel. You really don't want to stick it on that other blue rock and maybe leave a guard that Hungary can draw around at the end. Big peel weight shot here.
Go hard!
Just calling the line to get the angles. And he definitely rolls that out of the way.
He rolled it a little bit. I still think it might leave Hungary a little bit of an out here at the end.
It looks like they're talking about coming around the shot we were talking about, the last shot that was still an option. Coming around that back to the 8 foot.
see them maybe try to play it on the first one just so they can get a sense for the ice and the weight. Then maybe if you get your miss, you can lay 2 as opposed to now it's a bit of a guess and there's maybe a little less upside.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not sure that guard was ever going to be missed on appeal. Certainly not by Magnus or some of the other top teams here.
So if you're looking at to find information or stats and records from other games, not our feature game, please check into curlingzone.com or visit the World Curling website, worldcurl.com. Follow what's happening on the scene and what's happening here in Zoetermeer, as well as at the Bern Ladies Tournament down in Bern. They're celebrating their 50th and busy and full action down there, playoff action as well. This is looking great.
Close here.
Get it by that top blue one.
That is a very good shot.
Nice shot. I think she just rubbed that second blue one a little bit, redirected it out.
Oh,
Fine
might be a little tap here.
I think she just got a little kick off that blue one to send it a little bit out of direction. So close. She left about a half a stone.
Now the key here again is just going to be the weight. If she can throw sort of the weight she's icing herself for, I think she'll be pretty close. Otherwise, it'll curl significantly less if she happens to be on the heavy side.
Absolutely. That was a really nice effort by LD. So they enjoyed. Georgia both stopped playing men's and women's, and are both dedicated to mixed doubles. They will be representing Hungary at the World Championships in Östersund, Sweden in April.
You see a good mix of players that are both dedicating to mixed doubles and playing traditional full person.
Which is Magnus is playing both men's and mixed doubles. Kirsten is only playing mixed doubles now, and mixed, I think. Must be pretty close. They're on and off here. So by the guard, by the second, and ticks it out enough, and will.
Looks like she will stay for three.
That'll be a score for 3. Just sticks itself in the back of the house there. They will go up to a 8-3 lead. And that will be handshakes in our feature game.
So Kristen and Magnus are off to play the team from Spain that pre-qualified into the semi-final. They'll play tomorrow morning at
9 o'clock. And congratulations to them. They get another two more games tomorrow. There will be a semi-final, and there will be a gold medal match and a bronze medal match. So all 4 teams qualifying for tomorrow will get an opportunity to play 2 games. That'll be a really nice bonus for Magnus and Kirsten and their road to training. They're looking for as many opportunities for good challenging games in preparation for the Olympics. So one of our Olympic participants has reached final day of play, so exciting. Maybe we can get over to watch the last couple stones here on our Sheet A game. Some good stones in play. And thanks very much, Brendan, for joining us today and giving all your great input and feedback. And have a great semi-final tomorrow. I wish you and Ratsu great success in the game, and I look forward to seeing you in the semi-final and hopefully further to the final.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
And best success to Ratsu also in the Spanish Championships. You're going to be going down there coaching her next week. So her and her brother Gonzalez will play, so wish them also all the best.
Here?
So we're going to continue here. And watch the last couple shots. We're down to the last stone. Russia needs to take one here. They have the hammer. Take two. Take one to tie. Oh, missing points on the scoreboard. Okay.
Magnus? Tar du kosten min?
And
Tar du kosten min? Er den innpå her?
a little bit of a decision here. Anastasia decided that this was a little bit too difficult to score 2 points. Switzerland was sitting 1 on the forefoot and has chosen to shake hands. Usually there's a little bit of a discussion between players before that decision is made, but
It was a tight game in the beginning.
Michelle Yagi and Sven Michel will advance to the semifinal tomorrow. So congratulations. And they will be meeting Brendan Butcher and Aratsu Garcia. That will be our featured game tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So we definitely wish them good night's rest. It's been a long couple days of play here. 2 more games to go tomorrow. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Christian Leibrant, Lawrence Hookman, Carlo Glasberg, and all the crew. Wish you a good evening, and see you tomorrow here at Curling Band Zoetermeer, live from the Dutch Masters World Curling Tour Mixed Doubles event. Feature game, 9 a.m. Yagi and Michelle versus Butcher Garcia. Certainly going to be an excellent match. See you in the morning, everyone.